I think we can all agree that grocery prices are never going to go back down. And that's a big reason why we decided to start building our own grocery store right here in our backyard. Now, we have a lot to get done today with not a lot of time to do it. It's supposed to rain here in about 2 hours. The last frost date has come and gone, so I'm trying to get as much into the ground as I possibly can today. We're talking my peppers. I got green peppers. I have pepperoncinis. I have a sweet banana pepper. And I have another sweet banana pepper, but this kind is a sweet sunset. This one just says a sweet banana pepper. And then I also, drum roll please, found sweet potato slips, and I'm super excited for them. So super excited. Not the variety I wanted, but I'll take it. Better than driving an hour and a half to go get the variety I actually wanted, at least for this season, because I'm kind of testing the waters and seeing what I can do and what I can't do. So this year I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's looking like 7 slips in here of the, can you see it? Can you see it? Beauregard. I can't pronounce it, but that's what we're doing. We're also going to direct sow a ton of seeds, if I can get it all done, but let's try to beat the rain here. But I got butternut squash, I have black beauty zucchini, I have green beans, I got chives that I should have already planted, I got basil, and I have 2 different kinds of cucumbers, and I also have another yellow squash seed packets in my garage. I'm just feeling good, and I think we're gonna start off with our peppers. All right, we're planting our peppers in this 6x3x1 raised bed, and let's get going. I'd say they're pretty evenly spaced out. I'm gonna do 2 rows of 4. I am so looking forward to all of my peppers, but especially my green peppers. I'm gonna cut some up with some of my onions and throw them into my scrambled eggs or make omelets with them, and I'm just so super stoked for that. And my son just recently started liking banana peppers, so best believe we're gonna make a ton of banana peppers this year. Don't come at me if I'm wrong. I'm just breaking up the roots a bit before I put them in their holes. This one was definitely getting some root bound sitting in that container. The temperature here in Ohio though is just so up and down. Just last week the low was like 37 at night. So I didn't know, all right? Didn't want to plant them and lose them. All right, the pepper plants are in, but the work in this bed is not done. We have to sprinkle some worm castings around the bases of the plants and scratch them into the soil, giving them a light boost, and then we're gonna cover this bed up with some straw. When we first started gardening, we literally had no idea what we were doing. We weren't sure why none of our plants were really thriving the way that they should. But as soon as we started fertilizing them, everything started to pop off. So here's a clear message. Fertilize your plants. They need certain nutrients, just feed them. Just feed them, do your research, feed them what they like, and you will have much better success at gardening. I know, it's simple, should have been, you know, obvious, but what do you expect from a couple of newbies? Now this bed was extremely dry when I planted in these peppers, so I am gonna give them a really good soak. And I purposely waited to water them until I had them covered up with some straw so that I had no chance of soil bouncing up and hitting the leaves. My rosemary is going in with my oregano and my thyme. I just did the same thing with my herb bed, sprinkled some worm castings around the bases of the plants, and now I covered them up with some straw. Now I'm gonna water them in. All right, we're gonna plant our sweet potatoes the same way in this bed right here behind me. This is one of our beds that we made out of free pallets, and I have 7 sweet potato slips, so I'm gonna stagger them. First row over here by the cattle panel trellis. We're gonna do 4. I'm gonna try to train the vines to go up the trellis maybe, and then this back row I'm gonna plant 3. Same process though, I'm gonna sprinkle in some bone meal in the bottom of the holes, and then I'm gonna plant them and then put worm castings around the top of the plants before I cover them up with some straw. Hopefully we can get this done before this rain is supposed to hit. So I've never done this, but I do know if you get the roots wet, it makes it easier to pull apart your plants a little bit. I'm about to go get them even more wet so I don't ruin these guys. I'm gonna plant these guys deep and only let the leaves pop out of the soil. I'm trying to decide what I want to do next because I don't think I'm gonna have enough time before the rain hits to plant all my seeds. So I think I'm gonna wait till after the rain to come back out here and plant them. So I think I'm gonna use this time to throw some worm castings over my tomatoes real quick and cover them up with some straw. In these 2 beds I have 14 Hungarian heart tomato plants, and sprinkled in between the tomato plants I have some parsley, and sprinkled all over the bed are more onions. We're hoping to get enough tomatoes to make all of our tomato-based products, our ketchup, barbecue sauce, salsa, marinara sauce, pizza sauce, you name it. If it can be made out of tomatoes, we're gonna try to make it. Well, it's getting pretty dark and I keep hearing thunder, so I'm gonna start cleaning up my mess so I don't leave anything out here in the rain. But good news is, I did get to fertilize and mulch all of my very sad looking tomato plants. So there's a win for us today. What am I talking about? The whole day has been a win for me so far. But maybe after it stops raining, I'll come back here and give you all a quick tour of our backyard homestead. Sweet potatoes are done. There's nothing that I love more than the smell of rain in the summertime. Man, I took a break while it rained, and I ate some lunch, sat down for a little bit, and whew, I feel my age coming on. I am exhausted, my back hurts, I need a nap. So I'm gonna take you on a super quick tour of my backyard. My kids are almost home, gotta get this done super fast. Here we have 14 Hungarian heart tomatoes, like I said earlier. We're gonna be making all of our tomato-based products from these tomatoes. We have 15 chickens over here. Hey, chickies! We've been getting so many eggs. I haven't bought eggs in almost an entire year. Here's our potato patch. I'm expecting to harvest hundreds of pounds of potatoes from this area. I planted Yukon Gold, Kennebec, and Red Norland. So lots of potatoes coming our way. I actually lost count how many I planted, but just yesterday I planted how many plants have sprouted, and I counted 133. We got 158 Danver half-long carrots in the 6x3 bed. We have 6.5 broccoli plants here, and if you're wondering why I covered them up with laundry mesh bags, it's to stop those freaking cabbage moths from laying their eggs all over my plants. Last year it happened, and the cabbage moths, egg worm things, ate the entire plant up. So it's looking like we're gonna win the broccoli game this year. A little head on this one just started forming a few days ago. We planted 6 heritage red raspberry plants. I need to cover this bed up with some straw. It's just being overtaken by weeds. We've got our lettuce and spinach in here, along with some dill that's starting to pop up. In this bed we have 75 yellow Parma onions, as well as 28 garlic. That's just about as tall as me. Well, half as tall as me. We have a few peas that I'm not really expecting a harvest from. Then we got 14 Eversweet Everbearing strawberries in here, along with about 7 or 8 onions. For our little herb bed, we have oregano, rosemary, and thyme. Our peppers that we just planted. Our sweet potatoes that we just planted. Here's what I wanted to catch on camera, and it has to do with our blueberry bed. 3 of the 5 blueberry plants that we planted, I keep seeing new leaves, but they're just not really growing. So I'm gonna test the pH. I'm no pro, but I do know that blueberries like acidic soil. Turned on my soil tester. I got this off Amazon. Just gonna head it over to pH and let's see what it says. 6.3. Although we use the same soil, I am just gonna go around and test all of them. That's it for this video. It is starting to rain again, and my kids should be pulling into the driveway any second. I unfortunately didn't get to planting all my seeds. That's gonna come tomorrow. If you want to see that video, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And in the meantime, if you want to grow your own food, this is just your reminder. If I can do this, you can definitely do this. Food prices are never going to go back down. I don't know what else you want me to say to convince you to grow your own food.